Welcome to day 3 of the Sewing Room Declutter Challenge. I'm Karen Brown of Just Get It Done Quilts, and together we will be clearing out the unwelcome, the unwanted, and the no longer necessary to make space for a year full of creativity, clarity, and joy. Over the past 2 days, we've been clearing out the garbage and putting things that don't belong in our space back where they belong. And now we step into one of the most important parts of decluttering, understanding the capacity of your sewing space. Take a moment to take a look around. How many shelves do you have? How many cupboards? How many drawers? How many bins? And this is the true capacity of your sewing room. And everything you keep must fit comfortably within it. So now, as we approach the daily categories, every item has to earn its place in our space. The category for day number 3 is magazines and subscriptions. These days, our lives have shifted online. If we have a problem or want to look up a pattern, it's often easier to Google it than try and find it through back issues. But the tactile experience of holding a magazine, earmarking pages, and letting ideas percolate, well, there's just nothing like it. So finding a balance between what we want to keep and the space we have is what today's all about. So step 1 is set your timer. You can either do 30 minutes or 2 batches of 15, your choice, whatever works better for you. And the second step is to define how much shelf space you want your magazines to occupy. Do they take 1 shelf, 2 shelves, or maybe even a whole bookcase? You need to make this decision based on your wants and needs, but with the understanding that the more space they occupy, the less room you're going to have for tools, fabrics, and projects. So, question of the day is this magazine valuable enough to earn its place on my shelf? And there's 2 ways of attacking it. The first way is you can go through them and start removing the duplicates, the outdated issues, water damaged or torn magazines, or those you know you'll just never pick up again, and see whether that works with your capacity. Or you can flip the script. You can pull everything off the shelf, then only put back what truly inspires you. And of course, fits on the space on your shelf. That is the key. Everything needs to fit the space that you define, not the other way around. And the last step is getting those issues that didn't make the shelf out of your sewing space. You can donate them, many places take them, but if that's too much of a lift, you can always recycle them, but move them where they need to go. Personally, I am shocked that this year is a challenge for me. This has always been an easy day, as I'm not a big magazine reader. I have 2 magazines that I subscribe to, and I keep them here on the shelf, but I am now at capacity. I've defined that this half of this shelf is where I keep them, and there's no more space. So today I've had to make some hard choices. Now, if you're in the same quandary, there are some other questions you can ask yourself to help get unstuck. Are you actually reading the issues? Do you revisit issues? Do they spark joy and inspiration when you open them? Does anybody else in your home value them? However, even after answering all those questions, I still found that I had to talk it out with a friend. First, I thought I would go the route of increasing my capacity, but that would involve buying new bookcases, and I just don't have the room for that. Then my friend pointed out that I had an emotional connection to one of those subscriptions, and that is what was getting in the way. And she pointed out that there were other ways that I could help support that magazine. And then, with a big sigh, I knew what I needed to do. They are still talking to me from the donation pile, so I have to keep them covered so that I don't see them when I walk by. Now, there's a part 2 to the challenge today, and that is your digital subscriptions. Think about the blogs, the newsletters, and the websites that you subscribe to. Do you still enjoy them? Are they useful, or are they clogging your inbox and using up your mental capacity? Use your timer in 5 to 10 minute bursts. Describe from anything that's no longer serving you. Honestly, I try to do this at least once a month, because I just find that they multiply when I'm not looking. If you still have time on the clock or the energy to keep going, be sure to work at least 5 minutes on your Declutter Challenge project. Enjoy just a little guilt-free sewing time. So now it's your time to share. How old was your oldest magazine? Leave a comment down below or leave a photo in the Facebook group or online with this year's hashtags. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow for day number 4.